Okay, we're live. Over in the chat, talk to me. Can you see and hear me? I don't know what happened. I have no clue. I need somebody in the chat to talk to me now. We don't have Karen. We had her. We don't have her. She's going to try to come back in. But this says I'm live, and it says the chat says you're all there. So somebody in the chat, help me. Let me know you can hear me. And then, like I said, okay, can hear and see. Good, thanks, Bob. All right. I had Karen drop out. I told her to just come back in again. So hopefully she'll be able to come right back in. I mean, everything was working just fine. It's just that I see that Karen's on her way. Everything is working just fine. It's just that we couldn't go live. The start broadcast button never turned on. So, and yeah, I don't know why. Where is Karen is the problem. It sort of says she's here, but she's not. So, I'll give her another minute and then I'll send her, let me see. I think, okay, she's dropped out again. So that means, I think it means she's trying to come back in. Okay, yeah, all right. Yeah, Larry's birthday. Sorry, folks. This is one of those, whatever was wrong here, I didn't do it. Let me go out to Facebook and see if Karen's messaging me, because come on, Facebook. And I think the thing for me to do is oh, wait. There she is. Karen, you're in.
I'm in. I don't.
And fantastic. Everyone's here. Can everybody? All right, we're up. We're running, and we have an audience. We've only lost one person. Can everybody hear Karen?
Can you hear me, guys?
Somebody in the chat tell me you can hear and see Karen. And we've lost a little bit of time, but hopefully we'll recover. Karen, I'm believing. Yes,
they can hear me. Okay.
Here we go.
Hi, guys. Sorry about the technical.
Let me just turn you loose. Let me turn you loose, babe. Just go.
Go right now. Hi, guys. I'm really excited to be here, and we are celebrating Global Peace Week again. This is our April beautiful third week. So every week, leading up until September, we will be doing the third week of the month will be Global Peace Week. And Global Peace Week will consist of more and more partners in peace coming together. And by September, we're going to have global love, global peace, and global kindness going viral. So September is going to be a full month long of Global Peace Month. So it's going to be really exciting. And I'm really happy you guys are all here. And there's so many great things happening. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about today were two of the topics that are really, thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Larry. Thanks, Larry. Yeah, I'm excited. And
it's Larry's birthday. He turns 30.
I think I just saw that it was his birthday. Happy birthday, Larry. I hope you're having an awesome day. So, yeah, so what I wanted to talk about were two, it's going to be global peace, global kindness, and global love. Yep, you got it, Bob. It's going to be amazing. We just teamed up with the Global Love Day, which is going to be May 1st. So I will be interviewing the founder of the Love Foundation on next Wednesday, and we have teamed up with the Master Shift, Hay House Radio, and also with a billion acts of kindness for Mother Earth. So I wanted to talk to you guys about that. So the word that I wanted to look at is focus. Focus. Focus is following one course until successful. And the thing about focus is what we put our focus on expands, right? So this is how this whole global peace project, whole global kindness and global love project got started. You know, we have a part in our brain that is the reticular activating system. And so what I have been doing with my reticular activating system is focusing on kindness, peace, and love. And when I put my attention on only the things that I want to put my energy into, then it starts to expand. So I wanted to kind of talk about Charlie Brown, you know, the Peanuts. So I watched the Peanuts movie, the new Peanuts movie that came out, and I was watching it on Netflix last night. And Charlie Brown always focuses on the worst case scenario. Do you notice that? Have you ever noticed that? That before Charlie Brown tries anything, he always focuses on the worst possible thing that could happen, you know, and every time he's just ready for the worst thing to happen. And what happens? The worst thing, right? He thinks like he thought he couldn't fly a kite. And instead of, you know, enjoying the time of flying the kite, he's out there, you know, just worrying about, God, I hope I don't get tangled up in the tree. And sure enough, he ends up tangled up in the tree. Well, this is the same thing about the Global Peace Project and the Global Kindness Revolution. This is how it all, you know, when we keep our focus on following one course until successful, then we'll start to see that anything is possible. Everything is possible. And what's been happening is since 1987, they did the harmonic convergence. And every year in August, they do a global meditation, and it keeps growing and growing. And they're proving over and over again through scientific proof that everything that we are doing as a collective consciousness is affecting the whole. So that's I thought that was really powerful. So that's what it's all about, is manifesting, right? And the way that we manifest what we desire is we start to co-create with the universe. And so I wanted to share a little bit about that too. So I'm always on, I keep my phone with me, and I use the app, the notes. So I take notes all the time, because the universe is always giving us signs and signals. It's always listening to what I am putting out there. The universe is always listening to my feelings and what I'm putting out there. So I want to really keep track of what's going on. And when I get an action step or an idea, like last night, I just interviewed this man who started the Global Shift, #GlobalShift family. And he has just become a partner in the Global Peace Project also. So, but we were talking about, he went from being in a family of gang members to starting the Global Shift. You know, he grew up in a society that was all about violence and killing, and he shared so much. You know, so I encourage you guys to go to the globalpeace.earth, because we have all the incredible past replays that are up there from March, and we will have April's up very soon. But there's so many great things happening, and it's all about focus. You see, that's what it's all about. Globalpeace.earth has, we have a beautiful blog there too about a message from the bee, from the honeybee. And the honeybee is buzzing around, getting so much done. So I highly recommend you guys go and read that blog over on our on our website, theglobalpeace.earth. There's tons of awesome blogs there. There's so much inspiration. There's so much happening in the world. So today, in honor of Earth Day, I will be planting trees with my senior center. So I'll be going over to our local senior center, and in honor of 1 billion acts of kindness, I have pledged that we're going to plant 25 trees. So I encourage you to open up your reticular activating system and start Googling, what is it that you are feeling called? What is the cause that you feel passionate about? Do you feel passionate about climate change? Or do you feel passionate about polar bears? Or do you feel passionate about honeybees? If you Google any of these things, you are going to get so much information about how you can be part of the solution. And every person is part of the solution. And you know that the number one thing that people who were on their deathbed, the one thing that they regretted most was not doing what they came here to do. That's the big regret. So what I do whenever I get started on a big project, no matter how big it is and no matter how wild it sounds, because I know that the universe wouldn't give this project to me if I wasn't the person who it was coming through, you know? If I didn't have what it takes, I wouldn't have the connections and things wouldn't fall into place the way they're falling into place, you know? And so that's why I say, I call it the rocking chair. I call it the rocking chair experience. If you're starting a new project and you are feeling a little overwhelmed or like, how am I going to do that? Well, what am I going to do? How am I going to do that? Picture yourself sitting in the rocking chair, you know, when you are well past your age, sitting in a rocking chair, looking back over your life and ask yourself, did I do my best? Did I try and reach out and do what I was guided and feeling inspired in spirit to do? Because when you look back, I will not have any regrets. And so all I can do is speak from my experience and also encourage you to think about what are the things that your reticular activating system are being excited by, right? What are you putting your focus on? Do you feel like you're Charlie Brown sometimes? Do you feel like think about it. I mean, if you're listening to this show, think about the things that you say to yourself when you get started on something new. Charlie Brown will always look at the worst possible scenario. I'm the absolute opposite. When I start anything, I look, what is the best possible scenario in this situation? Because we have the ability to manifest, and it's powerful. So if we're putting our focus on the things that we don't want to happen, and that's our most dominant belief, if our most dominant belief is constantly believing, oh God, I hope that doesn't happen. Oh God, I hope that doesn't happen. I was watching the movie and I was watching Charlie Brown and I was just trying to send him like these vibrations, you know, I was just trying to send him, no, think positive, think you're going to do great, think you're going to get the girl, think you're going to do great at the dance, you know, because everybody, you know, a lot of people are in that lower consciousness. You know, they said the average calibration of consciousness on the planet is about 200. And that's a lot of lower vibration beliefs. But we can shift that by bringing up our vibration. And the more that we bring up our vibration and the more that we bring up the best possible scenarios, the less we are likely to have a Charlie Brown experience. Wow.
Okay, so we put a nickel in her and we wound her up. That's really, there's some really powerful concepts in what you just talked about, and they apply to everything. And in fact, I'm gonna sort of, on my Saturday morning this week, the Dream with Len webinar, we're gonna actually talk about some of those concepts.
Yay!
But people wonder sometimes, what am I here for? What am I supposed to be doing? What am I supposed to accomplish? And, we pray to God for guidance, and God answers us back with intuition, with thoughts. And so sometimes people will say, well, I'm thinking about, and, put anything at the end of that sentence you want. I'm thinking about doing. But what if it doesn't work? What if it goes wrong? What if this happens? What if that? If you're thinking about doing it, that's the universe talking to you, giving you guidance as to what you should do next.
Yeah.
And if you can picture the outcome, if you can work from the end result and focus on achieving the goal, you now know what the universe is telling you to do. You know what God's message is.
I totally do. I totally do.
If you're thinking about planting a tree, that's God talking to you, telling you, go plant a tree.
And do it with the seniors. Do it at the senior center, do it with, and do something that you can do in your community. If you have the idea, that you can make your little corner of the world a little bit better, a little bit brighter, a little bit greener, a little bit lighter, just take that opportunity and know, like you said, Len, that God is talking to you, that the idea has come through you for you to take the next step.
And the test as to whether this is really God talking to you is it coming from a place of love? Is it coming from a place of service? Is it helping? Because those are the tests that we want to put on these thoughts to be sure we can screen out the thoughts that are truly coming from source and not coming from other things.
Right.
So, if the thought is I want to kill my mother-in-law, well, maybe that's not coming from source. Maybe that's not good. That's not coming from a place of love. But yeah, go out there and help somebody, do something, be of service, listen to your inner thoughts, and really picture the outcome being what you want it to be.
The best possible outcome. When we focus on that best possible outcome. See, when I started the Global Peace Project, it started with Global Peace Day, and that was in honor of Martin Luther King and Martin Luther King's birthday. So I wanted to, that came through me. That idea came through, the idea came through, and I knew that I had the capability and that it was possible. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I had no idea how I was going to do it. But what I started to do was I just chipped away at what I could do. And I started to see, I tell my clients all the time to do baby steps. When you feel like you're being called to try to do something, do a baby step in the direction of your dream. Take one baby step, even if it's just sending an email, even if it's just making a phone call. That is telling the universe, yes, I heard your idea. Yes, I heard your beautiful divine inspiration. And yes, I'm the one who's going to take on that act, because I believe that we all get divine inspiration. We all, it's a universal consciousness. And we get an idea, and and don't think I'm the only one with this idea. That's why it's grown so much, because there are so many people who are also in the vibration of hopeless. There's a lot of people who are in the vibration of hopeless, and there's a lot of people who are in the vibration of hopeful. So I post most of my broadcasts, and most of the work that I do in the world is geared toward the energy of the people who are hopeful. I try to talk to the people who are hopeful. I don't get into chats or forums of people who say it's never going to happen. I don't get into, I don't get into arguments about, climate change and if it's really happening and if it's not happening. I don't put myself in those kind of relationships. I don't attract that kind of energy because I like to be around the hopefuls.
Well, and as you say, if you focus on the best possible outcome, if that's where your mind is sitting, and that's the energy it's putting out, that's all you're going to see. And as Bob points out frequently, he doesn't see all the negative things on his wall anymore on Facebook. They're simply not there, or maybe they're there and he just doesn't see them. But pretty soon those people just go away. There's other people that talk about this too in our space, about how they just they don't get the questions like, well, is this an illegal scheme or something? They don't get those questions because they don't bring that kind of energy to the table.
Right.
And so, yeah. But I think you're just right on. This is beautiful. Hey, we ran out of time. Of course, I don't think anyone here is going to mind if we run over a few minutes and make sure that we just talk about everything we wanted to talk about today. But besides planting trees at the senior center, what else can people do? And we talked about some of the stuff. So
I just highly recommend you go over to your local school, you go into your own community, and you start asking about things that you are an expert about, things that you are excited about. How did I start? I started with my Earth Day. We started our Earth Day celebration when my daughter was in kindergarten, and now she's in college. And when we first started, the schools didn't have any environmental education. They didn't have any kind of programs to teach about the animal advocacy. They had no programs about compassion and kindness. And so I created my own nonprofit organization. So I highly recommend that and this is my experience, but what I suggest people do is that they listen to their heart and what they feel that they can be part of the solution about. Go in that direction. If you want to go to your local pets, go to your local animal shelters and your humane society and donate blankets and pillows and donate dog food and donate dog toys and cat toys. There's so many ways that we can be of service. And then go to randomactsofkindness.org. They have a whole list of projects that you can do. Also, if you go to on Facebook, 1 Billion Acts of Kindness, they have a list of all the different things that you can do to help the earth. Yeah, your 6 dogs need the food. So, yeah, 1 Billion Acts. And the mastershift.com, if you go to the mastershift.com, they have all kinds of beautiful meditations on there. There's just so many places that if you feel inspired to do something, there's so many ways you can. So many. There's billions.
Yeah. And each one makes a difference.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of a little story that I don't know if we've all heard it, but I've certainly heard it more than once. So there's a boy, and I think he's grandfather or father or something. I think anyhow, they're walking down the seashore, and there's lots of starfish that have been washed up onto the beach, and the little boy is throwing starfish back into the water, and the parent, the grandfather, whoever's with him, says, you don't have to worry about it. There's millions of them out there. It doesn't make a difference if you pick up that starfish and throw it back in the water. And the boy said it made a difference to that starfish.
Absolutely.
The point is, each little thing we do, like I adopted a gorilla, or not a gorilla, sorry, an elephant, a baby elephant. Everybody knows this. I mean, that's one thing. It's a, I forget the number, how many thousand elephants are killed a month. So, hey, you adopted one baby elephant, did that make a difference? Hell yeah, it made a difference. It made a difference in that elephant's life. And
Yeah.
it's just, if each one of us do even one little thing just to help, pretty soon
Difference.
it's growing. It becomes massive. So we've all seen the story on the internet recently. I think we've seen it pretty much, of the dog Betsy, who's over in Spain, who was horribly torn apart. He was used as a bait dog, and what a tragic story. And yeah, I sent a little bit of money to help Betsy, and I know a lot of other people did too. But, and I'm not.
I donate my time. See, I donate my time. I'm a conscious dog trainer. I work with dogs that have been dog bait. I help them to step into their greatness using the law of attraction, using I use a spiritual approach to training animals, especially dogs that have been abused, because I'm a survivor of domestic abuse myself. So
Right.
I have a gift and I'm able to connect with them on a deeper level. So what I suggest people do is really search their own heart about I started my project back, when I published my first book. My only intention was to help animals that were being abused. I didn't know how that was going to come about. I didn't know, all I knew was I set my intention, and then the universe took care of all the details. And all I did was took a ride on the wave of, enlightenment. And as it grew, I started to see more and more things and connect with more and more animal rescue. And then I started my own radio talk show called Positively Pets, and that expanded and grew into me publishing another book that I did, The Secret to Puppy Love. And then people started saying, wow, these principles would work for people too. So I started working with people. It was easier working with animals. I gotta be honest. It was way easier. But as I started to branch out, I knew that these principles totally transformed my life, and that they could do that for somebody else too.
Absolutely. And the point is that, sometimes we think that what we're doing doesn't make a difference, but it does. No matter how small, it makes a difference.
Yeah, Chris, thank you for donating the toys to your local shelter, and your mom bringing snacks and stuff. That's awesome. That makes such a difference. And those, the thing is that a lot of the animal rescue are in that scarcity mindset. And they have the heart and soul, and they have the biggest hearts, and they take in all these animals, but they don't know how to fundraise. And so I love to help teach them, how to use social media, how to utilize, the people who are already following them, how to reach out and ask for help, and create fun fundraisers. And I donate proceeds from my books, and different things, different ways. There's different ways that all of us have ways that we can be of service.
Cool. Okay, I think we're going to wrap it up. Of course, anybody who needs to leave, just go ahead and drop off. I won't send you a nasty gram, I promise.
I just wanted to share one last little bit. This is this is just a beautiful little message that I felt was something that was meant for me to say today to whoever's on this call, whoever's on here. There's a feeling that happens, which is called inner peace. And what that really is, inner peace is really just connecting with your inner being, with your inner self, with your own inner body. So I'm a Kundalini yoga instructor. I'm a yoga instructor, and I talk about the light body and how to activate our energies so that we can be of service. So this message is for inner peace. There's a presence of love that is within all of us and always around us. Like a comforting, ever-present friend, love is always available. we can easily access this peaceful stillness of spirit. I experience love when I see the good in myself and in others. As I go within and connect with the calming energy of love, all stress and anxiety dissipates. I know that love is working for the highest good and that we can be able to trust that there's something bigger happening than what we can physically see. I behold the divine in others, and I interact with everyone I can in a kinder and more gentle way. Our relationships strengthen, and we create peaceful connections wherever we go. We are safe, and every person who feels our energy knows they are safe too. This is inner peace for world peace.
Beautiful, beautiful. Is that published? Is it written somewhere?
It actually is. It's in the Daily Word. It's called the Daily Word. It's one of my favorite. I read it every morning to get started. The Daily Word.
So where do we find that? Do we find it online?
Yeah, they have a dailyword.com. Yep. They do have a dailyword.com.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was the message for inner peace. So, you know, it's realize that everything that we do has a ripple effect. And that when we come into a situation and bring our peace, our love, and our kindness into the room, it changes the room.
Yes, it does. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. I have trouble processing to something like that when I just hear it. I need to see it. That's why I asked. I want to find it and read it again.
I'll post it for you on Facebook. I'll post it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank
I'll
you.
post what I said because it is. I mean, it is. It's really special. I read it a lot on my Periscopes. I read the Daily Word because I like to have a mindful moment when we can just take a minute to just breathe and quiet all the inner chatter and just connect with that peace that is inside of us, that's available to all of us. Thanks, you guys. Yeah, I'm so glad that we could all be together again. So remember, use hashtag Global Peace Going Viral, and I will be sharing more about the Global Love Day, which will be in May. We will be working with the Love Foundation. So yay, thanks, Christy. I love you guys. This is really awesome.
And I know for sure you'll be back on Lunch with Len again.
More news. We will have, it keeps growing, you know, every month more and more partners come in, and this global shift that just came in, they have so many followers. And this is what's so exciting, is because each person brings to the energy, and then they give their co-creation ideas, and then we can really start to tomorrow I'll be on with Diane Ray from the Hay House Radio, and we'll be talking about all the different Hay House radio hosts and how they're doing amazing things for Earth Day tomorrow. Also, the Shift Network. There's so many, just Google Earth Day. There's so many Earth Day events online that are happening. Tomorrow is a beautiful one with the Charter for Compassion with Jane Goodall. She'll be interviewed on the Charter for Compassion. That's another one of the people that I've worked with. She's an amazing woman, Jane Goodall. Absolutely. I'm excited to watch her interview.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
I'll post the links to that for you on Facebook, and I'll post this little Daily Word message.
Fantastic. Hey, let me put in a little advertisement here, and then people that want to go can go, and if you want to keep talking, we can keep going a little while longer. I'm not I'm okay. The advertisement I want to put out is for those of you who are thinking about coming this Saturday. On my Saturday session today, please show up Saturday at 8:30. We're going to be doing the power of intention. And this is going to be a really powerful session. You're going to get a lot of really good stuff out of it. But I'm going to take you deeper into the universe than you've ever gone before. I promise you. You're going to learn some things that they're going to blow your mind. It's going to be a lot of fun. Next Tuesday, as per our conversation a couple days ago, next Tuesday we have a guest on Lunch with Len. We have Antonio Thompson coming. And if you don't know who he is, he's one of the marketers that we talked about bringing on people that are, well, you know what we talked about on Tuesday. We talked about bringing on some of the marketers that are in MLSP that are a little closer to our level of MLSP. They're not the L6, L7 leaders, but they're the L1, L2, L3 level. And so Antonio Thompson is on Tuesday. So that'll be a fun lunch with Len. And that's all. So Karen, do you have any more you want to talk about today?
No, I'll just, he's asking me what time. I think it's at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for Jane Goodall. But what I'll do is I'll put the links on Len's page. And that way, and I'll tag you in the post, Bob.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah, we'll put send me the links or send it. Put them up in Lunch with Len or send them to me. I'll distribute them. I'll be sure everybody.
Perfect. And I'll put the daily message too. I got to go train puppies now.
Okay, my friend. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I really, I love talking with you. So let me know anything, let's plan for May. We'll be doing another, looking for more peace partners. You guys are now peace partners, but that page is going to keep expanding. So you guys are at the top. So you guys got in at the very beginning, and it's really, really growing. And I encourage you to send anybody to me that you feel might want to be a peace partner who does broadcasts or even likes to just write blogs. Go check out our blog. We have the best blogs on there right now. They're going like crazy. Everything's just spreading. Everywhere I look, I see global peace going viral, the hashtag. It's amazing. So beautiful.
Great. Yeah, I sent you a new blog a couple of days ago.
Oh, good. You did to Astra. You sent it in?
I sent it in. I think I sent it to you.
Oh, to me? No, you would send it. She's Astra is the blog. It's you go to globalpeace.earth/peace-bloggers. And that's where you submit.
Okay.
You can go right to the globalpeace.earth, and there's a link. There's a button that says submit your blog here. And that's where you submit.
Okay, cool.
Right now we have a really cool one about the honeybee. It's awesome. She did a really great job. I was going to read it, but we ran out of time. So yay, I'm glad we had this time together. Thanks so much.
Save it for the next time.
Yeah, enjoy these beautiful, beautiful days. I'll see you soon.
All right, everybody. Thanks for coming
Bye,
today.
everybody. Thanks so much. Thanks, Bob. I'll post all the stuff for you.
Okay. Bye for now.